Hello, everyone. It is time. We have decided it's here. The mains for 11.2, for Flame, and for myself.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And we're going to be talking about how we got to this decision, because that seems to be something that a lot of people struggle with today. And hopefully, through our experience, you can also make your own decision.
I mean, it's been quite the journey, I would say, on the PTR, testing a couple of specs.
Oh, yeah.
And I know we did a previous video with the candidates and stuff, so I guess we can start it off with what were the finalists.
Okay.
So for me, it was a competition between Outlaw Rogue, Sub Rogue, Unholy Decay, Discipline Priest, and Red Paladin. Now, Unholy Decay, as much as I know it does a lot of damage, I just don't like the rework. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel... I mean, it wasn't really that good to begin with, like even in past patches, but this time I think they messed it up big time.
Oh, yeah.
Outlaw Rogue is basically a bit opposed to what I was looking for. I was looking this time around to just chill.
Right? Yeah, that's not going to happen with Outlaw.
Yeah, Outlaw Rogue is not, I mean, as fun as it is, and I made it like quite a couple of times during the past patches. So coming from like playing on Holy Decays and this Priest and Outlaw Rogues, I just decided to do something a little bit more chill. I want to relax and have some fun, right? So Outlaw Rogue was out the window. Sub Rogue, on the other hand, didn't feel complicated at all.
Yeah,
it was
the simple one of the Rogue.
Yeah, it was quite simple. It was still quite bugged, and it had a lot of issues, and I didn't really like care for it that much. Discipline Priest is not an easy healer, especially as Oracle. Not the most complicated if you understand its mechanics, and you do have the option to play Void Weaver in 11.2, which is the way more streamlined, easy, go just heal everybody.
Sure.
But it struggles with spot healing still. And because of that, like, okay, if I want to like take the chill route, I want to play a healer, I want to also be able to spot heal, because you will need some spot
No
heals.
more of that anymore. No more.
No, yeah. So Void Weaver doesn't deliver on that. Now, I was thinking about other specs that are like easy, like, you know, Hunters, BM, let's say.
Yeah.
Which is not like as easy as before, but, you know, more chill. I was thinking about, you know, Frost Decay. There was a lot of shit going on in my process of selecting the mains. But I have to say, I have concluded that Red Paladin is going to be the main for 11.2.
Red Paladin.
Now, it is, as you know, I trashed its design. I trashed, and I still trash. I don't like how it plays, but it is fun. I mean, you cannot take that away from it. It's fun, it's flashy, and it's very relaxing. So it check mark everything.
It does the thing.
Yeah. It's not doing like the best on the PTR. I know people are complaining a lot that they're buffing it, but like if you look at the Sims and you know what people are talking on the Hammer of Red Disco, like people who actually are not gigabiased, that are looking at numbers or are not looking at field crafting, it did need some buffs, and I still feel it needs some buffs to be like decent. I don't think it will be like super meta, but it will be viable nonetheless, at least for M+. Other than that, we all know Red Paladin is not complicated at all. You like, even if you mess up your rotation, you're gonna be just fine. I do feel that like proper Paladins, if you're gonna play that class, Red, that is, you do have to like lean over the fact that, okay, you do easy DPS, but please compensate with dispelling your people, off-healing your people, freedom and bopping, all of that. I think that's what makes a good Paladin or a good Red Paladin shine, okay? It's not just about the DPS buttons necessarily, because you do have a lot of useful stuff in your kit. And I think if you bug, like, people are going to appreciate that even more. It's like, oh my God, playing Red Paladin, that's easy. Look at it. Red Paladins are broken, doing so much damage. Yeah, motherfucker, but I saved your ass. See, that's the difference.
Well, to be fair, I feel like pugs are going to be like, oh, Red Paladin, let's get him in. Because we know that Red Paladin is going to pump.
Yeah, but we always get disappointed because they don't do anything else.
Yeah,
like
we do. Because we kind of enjoy, similar myself, I always like the utility part of the Paladin. And I always felt like, oh, I have a bleed. Where's my bop? I see your bop is ready to use.
Yeah. Bop, freedom, you know, cleanse. Okay, granted, there's not like that many poisons this time around, or diseases in the new season. But it's still very useful. So Red Paladin for 11.2. Expect content from that. I mean, people who are be following the channel know that I've been like a main Red Paladin for the longest time. So it's time to get back. I have to know, I haven't played Red Paladin like seriously since its rework in Dragonflight. So this will be interesting to see how it shall develop.
Push.
Plus, it also gives me access to Prot, which maybe will come in handy, you know, when we need a tank or something. I'm not really touching Holy, so healing is optimal. I healed last season. It's fine. I had my fun, but you know, it's there.
Fair enough.
So I rest my case. Red Paladin for me.
Okay.
Flame, on the other hand,
Well, for me, since I've been playing all of the specs on the PTR, with the exception of Discipline Priest, actually, and Red Paladin.
you might have loved Discipline Priest.
I might have, as I was looking for an excuse to play Priest. But let's talk about my contenders as well for the main, which kind of changed a little bit since last we made the video, because I got the chance to play a couple of other classes. For instance, classes like Demon Hunter and Shaman. Demon Hunter in particular, I've started to really enjoy Havoc for similar reasons as to why you enjoy Red at the moment. It's simple, it's responsive, and it is just pure fun. And if they ever, you know, buff or at least balance momentum playstyle to be like a very easy or a very competitive choice with the regular way of playing Havoc, I could definitely see myself playing it, maybe even as a main. And the more I play Vengeance as well, because sometimes I off-tank in our groups and stuff like that, I really, really enjoy it. But it's going to remain an alt for the moment. Another contender that just came out of nowhere, that just kind of reminded me what I felt about WoW classes, has been Shaman for the last couple of weeks, where, oh my god, there's still, like, after going through all of the classes, once again, there's still no other class that has the visuals and the sound effects of Elemental Shaman in particular, but also Enhancement as well. When you summon those storms and you see the clouds and the thunders and the lightning, and bro, like
the fantasy is 100% nailed.
It's there, and it is very Elemental in particular. It feels very fun to just like shoot meatballs all around, and even with Enhancement as well, just slamming your hammers on the ground and cracking the earth apart is just, there's no other feel like any other class.
I mean, you fiddle with Shaman like since I know you. It's always there. Yeah, it's always there. It's very tempting to get in there.
It's always. I'm not sure why I don't main it. I don't, because I've every time I play, it's like, why am I not maining this? And I'm still confused as of this moment. But I have chosen a main, and that is not Shaman. And the last contender that is the closest to actually being a main is Mage. Because I cannot believe how big of a Mage fan I have become with the War Within. And honestly, every time I don't play Mage, I kind of think, man, I kind of want to play Mage at the moment, because it is just really good and really fun. It's a fun class. I love the utility of it. We had a discussion about a few months ago, I believe, when you were healing on your disc, and you were like, bro, mages are so squishy. And we're like,
yeah,
no.
the Pug mages are squishy.
Yeah, it's the similar discussion with Red. Mages have 5 defensives.
Yeah.
Mages are probably the tankiest DPS in the game, which feels a little bit weird when you compare it to Red Paladins and Unholy DKs, but I feel like there were some stats where the least amount of deaths that you had in a raid were probably from Mages, but that might have changed a little bit over the months. But even still, Mages have incredible kit in terms of their survivability, in terms of their utility, the blinks that you can do while casting other castable spells, and you can blink during casting and casting other spells, and that's just Fire Mage, and it's just all over the place. It is super fun. And the only reason why I'm not maining Mage is because the guild that I will be raiding with actually needs what I will be maining, and that is Windwalker Monk. For anybody that has been following our stream at twitch.tv/Marcelian_online, check the link down below and give us a follow if you enjoyed the content. I have been choosing Monk for quite a while, and I have become also a Monk fan. Remember all of those years in BFA and Shadowlands when we were talking like, bro, I think Windwalker is just one of the best melee DPS designs in the game.
Yeah, we always praised this spec ever since BFA, and like it was like looked down upon and stuff like that. So you know, it was at some point it was time to just main it. But didn't you main Monk also?
I did.
Season?
This would actually be the very first season where I main a second spec in a row. I never mained the same spec twice in a row. I've mained the same spec multiple times in the past, but this is the first time, and I'm not that sad about not playing Mage because Windwalker kind of is the melee version of Mage. I used to think it was Rogue, and it kind of still has some similarities, but in terms of the mobility, in terms of the utility, in terms of the defensives and skill expression, generally, I don't think any other melee comes close to what Windwalker can accomplish in any PvE encounter, whether it's a raid fight where you can just use your Transcendence and just move around the place, or in dungeons where you use your ring to kind of take heat off of your healer, or let your tank kite and do all of that stuff. It is a little bit disconcerting to know that Windwalker might still be one of the worst DPSers in Mythic Plus as it looks today. Basically, its design is sharing similar issues with Fury Warrior, where you're just AoE capped, and you might not think that's a big deal once you get into the higher keys, once everybody just starts to pull a lot, because there's no real groups of people that actually do pack pulls, unless you're like super dedicated and you're playing the physical comp thing that people have been pushing, and that's not really what happens. So in reality, I will always have to compete with the balanced druids and the hunters and the mages of the world, and will always feel a little bit down. But with that out of the way, I always have, like you mentioned, the Brewmaster, which is maybe the second best reason as to why I'm not upset about playing Mage.
They did Brewmaster very good.
It is looking to be like possibly the strongest tank. It's the tankiest tank, and I'm always up for that. I always like to feel tanky on a tank that I play, because that's the fantasy. That's why I play it. And it's looking to be like one of the better ones also. I don't know if it's going to be meta or not. I guess we'll see, but at least it's good, and I don't feel like wasting my time pressing buttons.
Yeah, well, we're not chasing the meta. Contrary to what a lot of people are saying, and in the comments, like, oh my God, you guys always play the meta. Not really. Sometimes it just happens. But we make our decision way before, during the PTR and stuff. So we cannot possibly know. But I think this is it.
Yeah,
so
this is pretty.
What do we have here? Windwalker and Red Paladin?
Windwalker and Red Paladin. I mean, to be fair, our combo synergy is not too bad. You have battle res, I have nothing, but I do increase your very tiny physical damage.
Yeah, my Crusader strikes will hit hard.
Your melee attacks are gonna hit slightly harder of this, but if all goes well, we're going to punch and cleave things.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how we're gonna form at least our Mythic Plus team. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with the rating part of the situation, but that's not important. What is important is that you let us know what you have decided on to main. Are you maining Windwalker Monk? Are you maining Red Paladin? Or maybe something totally different? Let us know in the comments. And after you do that, make sure to check out this video and see exactly if WoW is worth playing in 2025. With the new season and all, but everything that has been going on, and possibly maybe even some hints from the future. Who knows? Click it right here. You'll thank me later.
Bye.
Did you click?